Hey parents, families, anybody who's watching at home with God. I mean, it's quite a different season now, isn't it, with this pandemic, this COVID-19 pandemic, and obviously this season is producing a whole heap of new parenting challenges. Many of us are homeschooling and some of us have never homeschooled before. I mean, you're taking the lead on that. Any tips and advice that you have for moms or dads homeschooling at the moment?
I think what I've really learned is not to try and become a teacher, basically.
Okay.
I think the actual teachers don't want parents to become temporary teachers. I think otherwise they're going to have to undo all of the things that we do terribly wrong. So if you're not someone who home educates, don't worry. Don't feel overwhelmed. Practice reading, practice writing, the things that are going to last them, whatever the curriculum is, but try not to feel too overwhelmed by it. Just do what the teachers tell you to do and no more. Basically, that's what I think I'm trying to do.
Well, and also I think this season presents a lot of opportunities, doesn't it? Like, obviously we're seeing our kids more, and on the one hand that can be a huge challenge because normally they're at school most of the day, I'm at work most of the day, whereas now we're all working under one roof, and obviously in that environment there's the potential for kind of moments, but ultimately there's also the potential for really great moments. Capitalizing on the opportunity that you have with your kids because they're not at school. So here in the Birdhouse we've been doing something slightly different in the morning, doing memory Bible verses and stuff, just because we've got that little bit more time, a bit of PE with Joe Wicks and all of those sorts of things. There's a whole heap of challenges in this season, but there's also a whole heap of opportunities and potential, isn't there?
Definitely. And to not necessarily think about kind of like the curriculum-based learning, but all the other things that we can do to teach our kids at the moment. Like you said, some Bible stuff, some cooking stuff, some exercise stuff.
I've been trying to teach one of my boys how to backflip on the trampoline. That might backfire, to be honest.
I've seen that. That's scary.
Awkward.
But
School would never teach him that. I don't know why.
For a reason. But there's loads of other stuff that you could teach your kids. Teach them manners, teach them love, teach them to write letters to their elderly neighbours or relatives, other stuff that they can learn during this season, which is just as important, and we never get the time to teach our kids this stuff. Make the most of that opportunity too.
And just remember, in those moments where things do come to a head, take a deep breath and chill. You've got this. God's got this. He's not surprised by what's happening at the moment. He's in control. So just know the peace that surpasses understanding and take every day as it comes. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to plan 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just take every single day as it comes and trust that He's in control. It's all good.
And definitely I want to encourage you with a passage that's really encouraged me heading into this season where there's so many things to juggle, right? There's so many things to juggle. And now trying to think about becoming a home educator or kind of helping your kids with their learning and having them around a lot more, you kind of feel really overwhelmed about the expectation that's on us as a family and on you guys as a family too. And when I was feeling a bit overwhelmed and a bit burdened, I prayed and God gave me this scripture, and I want to encourage you guys with it today as well. It says, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. And this idea that with all these other things expected of us, just above all of that, love. If you're a parent who's overwhelmed in this moment, if you're a parent who's stressed about finances, about work, about educating, maybe your relationships are getting tense because you're around each other all the time, above all, love one another. Let that be the focus. Maybe it's not home educating. Maybe it's just prioritizing love in this season. And in doing that, when we put love first, all those other things that could kind of get out of kilter, the stress, the anxiety, the worry, the rage, all those other things are dealt with so much better when we put love first, when we cover everything in love. So that's my encouragement to you. That's what I'm working on, is loving above all the other things that I'm supposed to be doing in this moment too.
It's so good. So we just want to bless you and encourage you. Keep going. You've got this. And we look forward to seeing you on the other side of this season. Bless you guys.